In this video, we're going to explore the margins, and this is really essential. And as I discussed before, the border box or the box sizing border box, understanding margins and paddings, both of those are so important. And when I started out, I knew from my personal experience, I was absolutely horrible with this. And that's why I want to make sure you know so you don't make the same mistake. So the first thing what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in this here, we're going to put it on width. And we're going to refresh this here. Oh, sorry, this would be with pixels. Alright, to understand margins, you need to really understand basically a few items here. You need to understand how this box here really relates to it. So let's start and work on it. So we can basically almost duplicate this kind of box because basically you have 4 layers. Yes, you have the margin here, that's the outer layer. You have the border, you have the padding, and then you have the content. And how you can see this maybe is easier because maybe padding, border, margins doesn't say so much to you. You can imagine it like a painting. You have the painting, which is the painted part, which is the canvas, which is in this case the center part here. Oh, let me put this here. This is the center part here. And then what we have is the padding, which might be the part that you will not paint because you know you will put a frame around it, and this frame would be the border. So you will leave this white and then you put the frame around it, which creates also a border, and that's how it works. And the margin would be hanging it on the wall where the wall would be your margin. So I hope this would make more sense. So what we can do here is the same story. So let's make here a painting style as well. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to give it here a simple square item. We're not going to use anymore the borders. So I'm going to remove, not the border, but I'm going to remove the border radius. We don't need this anymore. Our leaf is now becoming a painting. And in our painting, we're going to start with our design. So if we save this here and save this as well, refresh, now we have a square here. So basically, it looks already like a painting. But this is right now not the item. So we're going to work with the margin here. So I comment out this, and what I want to do here right now is we're going to figure out this here. And what we're going to do, the first one is the margin top. I'm going to elaborate this as much as possible because when I learned this, learning the basics, absolutely the basics, and knowing it from the inside out is so crucial that you will not make these mistakes again. So this is a story, let me give you a short story as well, where a person is an expert, and then eventually they see this expert going to and then there's like a class, there's one designer class for newbies or beginners, and or designer class covering the basics, and there's another designer class, the advanced. So when he went in, and then they saw one very famous designer going in there to one of the classes, and then he saw the designer, the experienced designer was heading to the basic class. And then someone asked, why are you going to the designer class for beginners? You are obviously a very advanced and professional one. And so shouldn't you go to the advanced class? And he said, well, if I want to make a mistake, I better want to make a mistake in the advanced topic than making a mistake in the beginner's class. Because there's always something you should know, which is the solid basics, the basic foundation. You should always have it correct. So, and that is true here. If you want to make a mistake, better make a mistake in advanced items, but make sure you really know your foundation, the basic steps. It's like building a house. The foundation should be solid, alright? So this is the same story here. Foundation should be solid. If you know your foundation, you don't have to worry too much about the advanced part because you can learn it along the way. But if you make a mistake in your foundation, you have a big problem in building your skyscraper or your house because it can tumble down. Alright, so for this, we're going to work on this. So for margin, what we can do is the margin, we're going to say margin top, and in here we can set in the amount of pixels. So let's say here 20 pixels. If we save this here, now what happens is we're going to refresh, and now we push our painting on this wall a bit more down. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give the background color also a nice color. You will say just the body. So the body will get a black background color. So we say here background, and in here the background color will be, we can use it black, that's fine. I'm just going to type in black. There you are. So all we want to focus on is really this item here. I think we had some text here. So right now for the text, that's fine. We'll leave that. Well, maybe we'll give this a white color. This can be white. That's fine. If we save this, does it show? Alright, there's something here, but that's the H1. That explains a lot. Let me just remove the H1 here for now, or I just comment this out. There we are. So now we have our painting on the wall. So we have this wall here, and now we put it up 20 pixels down from the wall. And of course, what we can do now, of course, this is one of the ways here. We can increase this, and what we can do is also with pixels, let's go back here, we can say here 0, and what happens if you do 0, you'll push it all up to the top. And of course, what we can do more here is not only 0, but we do percentage. If we save this, we push it down 20%. So what is 20% exactly in our case here? Well, if you look at it, 604 or 607 is the full width. So 20% is the margin here above. If that is that really correct? I am not 100% certain, but that doesn't matter so much. However, this would be your item here. We can see here, let's say here, 20% related to what exactly? Alright, so what is it 20%? I was just checking just to be sure, and that is correct. So 20% is 64 pixels, and I was looking at this and I said, well, that would not be correct, and that is correct because it focused on the width where it contains. So this is the margin top is 20% controls the 20% of the width right now, and that is correct because our width here is 32 is 10%, so 2 times 10% is 2 times 32, which would be 64, and 64 is our margin here. So now we have created our margin position 20% from the width going down here, and that's the way how it works. So this is very, very important to remember. Next video I will cover the other item. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions regarding this, make sure you put them in the comment section. I'll get back to you. And if you enjoyed this video, check out the next video here. You will probably enjoy this as well.